This is Kevin Mayo, and today we're going to drink some Ballast Point Sculpin. So it's from Ballast Point in San Diego, California. It is their Sculpin with India Pale Ale with natural grapefruit flavors. The one thing that scares me about this bottle is I can't find a date on it, so I don't know how old it is. Again, I'm in Connecticut. California is a long ways away. It is 7% alcohol by volume. And I do have a little grapefruit Sculpin story. I stopped at a local bar slash beer place slash restaurant probably about 3 weeks ago. And they had Sculpin, grapefruit Sculpin on drafts. I said, give me one. They came over to me and they said, it just kicked. And I'm like, son of a bitch. I said, well, what'd you replace it with? And they went, main lunch. So I had my lunch, I had my first lunch, which is really, 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 really good. One of the best beers you can have. But I still not have had grapefruit Sculpin. So we're pretty excited about this. We're going to give it a crack and give it a drink. As always, if you like the reviews, please subscribe. We're always looking for new friends. And go ahead and leave comments because we love talking about beer. Now, Sculpin is one of my favorite IPAs. I enjoy it when I can. Now, this is supposed to be quite hopped up with the grapefruit flavors, so we will see. I can actually smell that citrus coming right up off of it. But we always start with the look of the beer, so let us start with that. And it is kind of probably a medium yellow, not the dark orange you see from a lot of IPAs. Fair amount of combination. We've got a lot of bubbles streaming up through it. We've got maybe a finger and a half of just slightly off white head. Let's do the aroma. And you really do get the malt up front. So you get that really cracker, white bread. Get a hint of pine in there. And you do get the grapefruit. And it's more like almost like grapefruit rind. And then maybe a hint of a little sweeter tropical fruit, maybe mango. But it smells like a really solid IPA. Let's give it a taste. And, I like it. But that goes without saying. It actually tastes a little more laid back than the regular Sculpin. It seems like it's still got plenty of bitter in it, but I've had some Sculpin recently, and again, it might be old, it's from California, but it seemed to be more just a real wash of bitter at the end. But this is really, again, really quite pleasant. So let's see if we can break it down a little bit more. Up front, you do get a little sweetness, a little bit of white bread, that malt. In the middle, you get the grapefruit, almost like grapefruit juice, but sweet grapefruit, which is an oxymoron. But it's not really bitter, but you definitely taste the grapefruit. Then you get a little bit of pine, a little bit of cut grass. Oh, yeah, just keep tasting that grapefruit. It finishes quite dry, and it finishes bitter. Did I have the IBUs? No, it doesn't have the IBUs on there. But it does finish bitter, but it's not really that crush you in the back of your throat bitter. I mean, it's a strong bitter at the back of the tongue, but it's not that just wash of bitter at the back end of it. But the grapefruit is definitely present. Again, I got a little bit of grapefruit rind in that taste, but it's not overpowering. It's not at the forefront. It's really, really well balanced. Really, really good beer. This is a great beer. You know, I think of some of the other adjuncts I've had over the years. Some of the coffees that get added to the stouts. I'm trying to think of what else. Some of the other fruit beers, and at the end of the day, you're kind of like, it's more about the fruit than it is about the beer. This one's definitely about the beer. The fruit is just a nice undertone, a nice hint of the grapefruit, but not overpowering. Really good job. Ballast Point, you deserve kudos for this beer. You've kicked ass with it. Score-wise, I think this is a really good beer. We're going to give this a 94 out of 100. We like this beer a lot. Till next time, keep drinking.